What's up, guys? My name is CJ. Welcome to the channel. So I decided to finally make a YouTube channel, and yeah, it's been a long time coming. So as you can see in front of me, I have a MK7 Golf R, and I also have an Evo 9 MR. Alright, so as you can tell, these are both white. I also daily drive a Civic Si, 2015 Civic Si. That is also white. I got a thing with white, what can I say? So, yes, so I'm new to the YouTube thing, and but I'm not new to cars, so especially Evos. So this is my first car. I've actually owned this car for 11 years, going on 12 years. So yeah, definitely an OG in the Evo game, and yeah, for the most part, this car's been modified, but nothing too crazy. I obviously bought it stock back when it even had warranty from the factory. So this is my first car, and it's my dream car actually. So a little bit about me: I'm active duty military, currently stationed in Eastern North Carolina. And yeah, I went on a couple deployments, saved for about 2 years on this car, because back when I bought it, it was close to, I think I paid like 37 grand for this car. And you know, back in 2007, that was a lot of money for a 4-cylinder turbo car. So back then, actually, there were some real enthusiasts back then when it came to these kinds of cars, because you know, nobody would really pay that much money for something like this. Typically you'd see the Corvette guys kind of pay that kind of money. But yeah, I've had this car for a long time. It's gone through a couple transitions. It's not stock, but it makes some decent power. It's currently on E85. So it made 470 on a Dynapack dyno, which is probably around 400 wheel horsepower on a Mustang dyno. So the cool thing about this car, and one of the biggest reasons I started this channel, is because I'm actually going to be building this car. And what I mean by that is, obviously it already has a lot of cosmetic stuff done to it. It's got it's a full bolt-on car on the 85, but I have owned this car for too long, and I just decided that I've owned this car so long that I should probably have the fastest one in town, and I currently don't. So I've ran it at the track. We're lucky enough to have a local drag strip here. It's ran 11s, high 11s, was the best that I can get. I'm gonna do a separate video on this car, as well as this car, go through it, show you guys everything about it, what I've done so far, and what my plans are for this car. Like I was stating before, I plan on building this car, so the good thing is you guys will get to see that build here on this channel, okay? So yeah, that's pretty much a little bit about that. Oh, another thing, this is my first Evo, but I actually had an Evo 5. I was lucky enough to get stationed in Okinawa, Japan, and I owned an Evo 5 there. And I did a 6 conversion. It ended up as a sad story because I currently obviously don't have that car. But yeah, maybe one of these days I'll do a video and share with you guys what actually happened with that car. Like I stated, it's a pretty sad story. But anyways, moving on to this car. I've had this car about 2 years, and I'm probably gonna get roasted because I got the Spirit of Competition decal, which is obviously a Rally Art Mitsubishi decal, but I really like that decal, so that's why I went ahead and put it on there. I don't care, it's my car. It is what it is. So yeah, I've had this car 2.5 years. It is my second Golf R. I had a Mark 6 Golf R in white. Bought this in 2016. Bought it used, but it was still within that year. So maybe 6 months after it was actually released is when I bought it. And initially with this car, I wanted to have it as a daily driver, and that changed really quick. So I daily drove this for about 8 months, and then I started modifying it, and before I knew it, I had a second project. So yeah, I went ahead and bought a Civic, and yeah, I daily drive that. So the really bad part about this car, well, not really bad, but you guys won't get to see much progress because I've pretty much done everything I've wanted to do to this car. It's a full bolt-on car. But yeah, this is about as much as I wanted to get done, and it made. So I've dynoed. This is obviously full bolt-ons, tuned and dynoed. I actually have footage from the stock dyno all the way up till the final one when I was finished with it. It runs great, so I really don't have any issues, but I don't plan on doing anything to this car. So yeah. The biggest reasons why I never actually went really full with this car as far as modifying is because number one, it's never given me any issues. I hear a lot of people complain about Evos and how unreliable they are, but I'm here to let you know that that's not true at all. And I've owned this car for a long time, so I think my opinion kind of outweighs a lot of those very vague opinions out there. So the only issue this car has ever given me, honestly, is a slipping clutch. And that's a given, especially when you're modifying a car. So yeah, other than that, I've had one check engine light in 11 years, and it was for the O2 sensor. And the crazy thing about it is, this car with that actually fixed itself. So I cleared the check engine light, and that happened maybe around 2011, and it's never came back since. I've never had any issues with this car. Granted, I don't drive it a lot. It only has around 64,000 miles, but I've owned it its whole life. And when I do drive it, I have my fun with it. So, yeah, it's pretty reliable. And that's the biggest reason why I've never really fully went really deep as far as a full build, because the car's never given me any issues. So, that saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, had the car actually, been broken at any given time, that would have motivated me to go in and really dive into a crazy project. But I don't want too much power out of it. I basically just want around 650 horsepower. I want enough to run 10s. Like I stated earlier, we're lucky enough to have a track here locally, and obviously I want to run mid 10s, I want to say. Not to mention there's also a top 10 list, and imports aren't really big here in this area. Like I stated, I'm in Eastern North Carolina, and it's a military area. The car scene is actually pretty big here because the population is generally anywhere from 20 to 25 years old. So that's the average person here is around that age. So there are a lot of cool cars, not many fast imports to include Evos. So yeah, I plan on making that list or giving it a shot at least, and seeing what I got. So yeah, stay tuned for that.